Live, pal. Is it live? It's live, by God. Maybe.
Yes, play. Thank you.
Right.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Phone's lying to me. It's false news.
False
Fake
news.
news.
Can't be having that fake news.
Ray says hello. Hey, look.
Hey, Ray. All right. Well,
It worked.
it works. Hey, and you know what? It looks like we're actually in a good shot. So we're not gonna waste more time. But you know, Ray's here, so I'm gonna just drop this bomb on him to begin the episode. I'll see you. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. I'm the Athletic Geek, joined by Jedi Jason Kruger.
Once again.
Yep.
One and only.
Yeah. We Jedi and I have been friends for years and bonded over professional wrestling, and we love talking about professional wrestling, and we love sharing our love of professional wrestling with you, the fans, and talking wrestling with y'all. But we're not insiders. We're not part of the business. We're fans just like you. We don't use insider terms because we haven't earned the right to, because at the end of the day, we are just two marks. And you remember how, like, the last couple weeks, it's kind of been a struggle to figure out what to talk about. One time with Jedi and one time with Lunatic Bay, you know, it's just kind of, it's just more or less just shooting the shit. Well, not this week. This week we actually have some things to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah, quite a bit to talk about, actually. At least on the SmackDown side of things, and you know,
Raw exists, you know.
Raw happened. We're not gonna waste any more time. Let's just go ahead and get to this stuff. I think the big news out of Raw is Dolph Ziggler making a heroic turn and a new storyline planned up for Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be going into a program with Finn Balor, and yeah, I mean that's okay. I mean, like, I don't want to downplay it because I actually like that. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm shitting on it, because I don't really want to be shitting on it. But on the flip side of all that, it's kind of a matter of, is that the best you got for both guys?
For me, it's a matter of perception at this point. I mean, yeah, Balor is a great hand in the ring, but he hasn't really been presented as much these days.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like McIntyre beat Angle, and now Balor. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
I mean,
Unless they want to go nuts, which I'd really rather they not, and like actually have him come out as like the demon incarnation and get beat by, you know, McIntyre and be like, holy crap, you know.
Yeah, I feel like they still haven't done that to the demon yet, which I think is a good thing.
Yes,
I mean,
agree.
you heard me kind of.
That would be.
I felt bad about criticizing it, but you know, I kind of criticized it at WrestleMania, where it's like, yeah, he did a very, very noble, great gesture, but why, you know, from the storyline perspective, why wasn't the demon out?
Right.
At WrestleMania, the biggest
weirdly
show
enough,
of the year.
to my knowledge, since he's come to the main roster, the only time, minus when he fought AJ, the only time he's actually used it is at SummerSlam, I think. It's like a SummerSlam tradition.
Yeah?
Which is okay, but it'll lame too.
So, I mean, I'm excited to see it because both men can go, and they can have a good match.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess, you know, when you're fed garbage, mediocrity, you know, if you're eating nothing but, you know, stale bologna, then eventually, you know, Oscar Mayer tastes like steak, you know. So that's kind of how I'm feeling about it. I mean, it should feel like a much, much bigger deal than it is, but it's not. It feels like kind of a placeholder. I was a little disappointed for that union to stop with McIntyre and Ziggler, because I really did enjoy it. I really liked, you know, both of them together, but, you know, I think Ziggler's,
sorry.
Ziggler's going to be nipping at Big Show's heels by the end of his career for the main time the hero villain turns he's made.
I was going to say at this point, though, we're kind of almost desperate for good guys on that show.
True.
So, like, somebody had to at least. They could go somewhere with Ziggler. He's got enough talent, but, you know, like you said, he's another one of those presentation. I mean, it's like.
Ziggler to me is, you know, like A in the ring, but he's got a certain ceiling. That's not that's not saying he can never be world champion again, but can he be world champion and be the man? You know,
right.
bring a football analogy. He ain't going to be your star quarterback or your star, you know, wide receiver, but he could be a solid fullback where you could, you know, if you need, you know, if you're on the goal line and you need somebody right then and there to carry the ball, he's your man. You know.
Yep.
That's how I feel about Ziggler. You know, you could get him that title to carry it through, you know, a couple months. You know, carry it from, you know, Money in the Bank to Survivor Series to, you know, transition from a hero to a villain. You know.
When I think about Ziggler, I always think about how lucky he is.
Really.
Or just how good he is. He's managed to stay around. I mean,
yeah.
When you think of the Spirit Squad and Kerwin White.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he's still around
right.
is a miracle.
Well, it speaks to his talent, how good he is, you know. Now,
they made him a cheerleader, they made him a golf caddy, and he's still...
But you know, on the flip side of things, you know, they're going to have to really change up a lot about him for me to believe him as like main event at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but it can be a solid...
I kind of was almost like, could have been open to the idea of Ziggler main eventing WrestleMania last year when he came back in the Royal Rumble. I remember kind of thinking, you know... They could do something here, but I think like that was like kind of their last chance.
Right, when they had that last kind of interesting story that just didn't follow up on it all.
Yeah, or
he vacated the title and left for like
and then came back at the Royal Rumble. Then like, you know, he kind of done this kind of like whole like, I'm going to just, you know, I've won the Royal Rumble now, I'm going to destroy the WWE main event WrestleMania, I win the title WrestleMania. That to me was the last ditch effort for that, and when it didn't happen, it's like, okay, he's going to be a solid middle of the pack guy, you know. He can be called up upon for the main event if needed, but no, he's going to be here. But that's kind of the big thing that came out of Raw for me. I'm excited to see McIntyre and Finn just because of just the talent.
Mm-hmm.
But
they actually teased those women tag titles again.
Yes, they did. Something that in my fan fiction WrestleMania I brought up, only I was not using the man correctly. Oh no, and I feel ashamed of that. But they're bringing that up, which, you know, I'm on board with it. I want to see it because you have enough women now. You have enough women tag teams now where it can like actually be made interesting. Here's the question: Is there going to be on? Is it just going to be on one show, or is that going to be a traveling belt?
See, yeah, if it's traveling, I'm on board. If it's one show...
it needs to be traveling. It needs to be one like where people can, like even like NXT talent should go
exactly. Same with the tag championships at this point. At least the Raw SmackDown should be unified and traveling. I mean,
but they're wanting to make them still seem like separate brands, so that's why they're having your tag champions travel, but two world champions. I can see where that would be kind of silly in some people.
I'm not saying unify the mid-card belts, just the tag belts. Their divisions are so small on those shows. They have less tag teams on each show than they have women.
And
I mean, so like.
Something else we failed to mention earlier, Dolph Ziggler actually did pick up a win over Drew McIntyre, which was his first loss since coming to Raw. So that is kind of a big deal for...
that makes the story more
for Ziggler.
Juicy.
Yes.
Balor caused that, so...
I'm thinking they're probably going to go to WrestleMania with old Drew and Ziggles. They're going to be involved in something together. It may be the classic multi-man for a mid-card belt match, and they're both in it, but, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen at this point.
I don't know either.
And you said I've heard rumors, they say it's going to be
Rollins
and Lesnar. if that's the case, I suppose, assuming Dean Ambrose has the Intercontinental Championship at that point, he's going to need an opponent of some sort. Unless they're doing a multi-man thing for it, because, you know.
Dean Ambrose came to the ring dressed like a bad cosplay of Bane. Yeah, it was just crap.
A bad cosplay of...
It's just crap. It's crap. It's crap. Like, this is the one. This is where I'm gonna get fired up this week, because if you remember several weeks ago when I said, "Yay, Dean Ambrose is a villain."
Yeah.
You know, I know we're not gonna get Jon Moxley, but maybe, just maybe, we can get something. And then he, 2 weeks ago, like when he was burning the Shield vest, or however long that was ago. I'm sorry, I don't remember everything like that. My bad.
3.
Yeah. When he burnt the Shield vest, I'm like, holy cow, this is awesome. And then he goes and gets vaccinated, which is fucking dumb.
And then he wears a gas mask that he proceeds to remove. Like,
it's awful. It's honest to God, like they're trying to make him goofy Dean Ambrose, but a villain. And it is not good at all.
It's awful.
And
you
have a sure fucking thing, WWE.
I mean, they already have a funny, clever villain in Nakamura.
Yeah.
Like, you know. At least
Dean Ambrose needs to scare people.
Yeah, exactly.
He needs to make you afraid. You know, I remember when I first discovered him as, and again I get, it's a publicly traded company. It's you know, it's TVPG. Mm-hmm. We're not going to get, you know, Jon Moxley talking about how he you know, his mom was a crack whore and he took a bunch of pills and then woke up in a puddle of his own vomit, right. And now he's fired up and ready to kick someone's ass, and having him very, very creepily, especially this one, very, very creepily, you know, like grabbing women by the hair in ways that could very, very much insinuate some heinous actions. I get that you can't go that far, be it because of the company, this day and age, or both.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm not complaining about that. What I'm complaining about is, you know, if that was him, like, you know, at an 8, 9, or a 10, imagine what he could be at, like, you know, 5, 6, or a 7.
I was gonna say even a 4, because we're at like -1 right now.
It's awful. It's bullshit. You have a surefire, like Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, with Dean Ambrose as the villain, should be the best thing in wrestling right now. You know,
yeah, I agree.
Or at the very least,
I mean, he's got some stiff competition with some of them right now.
I mean, or at least the best thing in the WWE. You know, it should be a top 5 in wrestling, best thing in WWE. NXT excluded, or maybe even NXT included. Who knows? It should be, but they are. Why? Like, do they think Dean Ambrose is nothing but a joke? Is Dean Ambrose just a comedy character to these people? Ha! We got funny old Dean Ambrose here. Ha 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 ha! God damn, pal, you're hilarious.
It really seems like they don't care. It
hasn't seemed like they've cared for about, you know, several months now.
Well, it seemed like they cared before Survivor Series, and then since then, because that's when he did the whole thing with the burning jacket, and it seemed like, oh, we're building to something. And then he didn't interfere in the match at Survivor Series, and since then he's been getting vaccinations and putting on gas masks and all that. I mean, like, it was like, it's almost like a certain someone just changed their mind and decided they didn't care all of a sudden, because that's never happened before.
We're jumping around a bit. Revival looked like a bunch of morons. First of all,
what the frack is up with that?
Here's my next angry thing. First of all, the whole point of the Revival is they're a tag team specialist. They don't want to do singles matches. No. When they were in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal WrestleMania this year, they were talking about, you know, how they're gonna eliminate everybody, and then stand tall and win it as co-champions because they're a tag team, and you have them literally contradict themselves and go, "Oh, I'm gonna wrestle singles match." And it's like, and then they lose, of course, because you can't throw the fucking Revival a bone on the main roster, can you?
Well, explain to me how the good guys are allowed to just go 3-on-1, 3-on-2. Like, what sense does that make in any universe? And how insulting is that to them? Well, they can do it 3-on-2 because, they definitely couldn't win 2-on-2 or 1-on-1. But if there's 3 of those little guys, it'd be alright. It's like, oh, that's thanks for the compliment there.
Yeah.
I don't even know. What was the point of all this? Just leave them on 205? Probably because it's funny to a certain someone.
There's some, yes, let's ruin one of NXT's greatest exports.
I mean, the whole Drake Maverick stuff and all
yeah,
that.
he beat Bobby Roode. There you go. I'm surprised he didn't open up his fucking mouth and pee in it because that's his new fucking gimmick. It's awful. It's awful. Like, I can't even, like, in past weeks, I was kind of going, like, I don't like Raw, but they don't want kind of fans like me. I've been able to at least kind of play devil's advocate with it. Who likes this?
Nobody I know. I literally know people who quit watching.
What idiots think this is good entertainment? What people think this is some damn fine fucking entertainment right here, motherfuckers. And if you do, God bless you. Just God bless you, because I got a summer home in Florida. I'll sell you if you buy into this being good.
Or you're just drunk, but even then, that's pushing.
Yeah. I've been drunk several times. I still know when I'm watching garbage. It's just what every week I'm like, I'll even say this hasn't been as bad as past weeks, but just like every week.
I heard it put best like when you set the bar on the floor. Anything. I mean,
it's like I said, when you're eating nasty bologna, when you finally get Oscar Mayer, it's like you're getting a steak dinner.
Yep. That was Raw this week, basically. I mean,
I guess you tried.
At least Finn Balor seems to be doing things. Like, he's not just there.
Exactly.
Because not only did he cause McIntyre his first loss, since coming back, and he's feuding with him, but also apparently he's the one that basically fed Leo Rush to Elias as well when he tried to run away. So
I forgot about that.
I enjoyed that. Like on this little campaign where he's like, I am here to screw with all the bad guys because I'm tired of just standing here smiling. So, I mean, there's glimmers of hope, but they're glimmers. So, if you're stupid like me, you're like, oh, if you're a little more realistic, you'd be like, yeah, that's nice.
So that's pretty much Raw. I mean, like what else is there to say?
Does anybody remember that Nia Jax is facing Ronda Rousey?
I don't care. I'm kind of, and I'm still kind of pissed off at Nia Jax.
Well, that's fair. I think most people still kind of are, although
except
a
the
lot
company,
of them have slipped
except the
away
fucking
all.
company.
Yeah, they don't care.
Here's the thing: Finn Balor is somebody who could main event WrestleMania, but they've just bastardized him so much.
They were all high on him, then he got injured, and they're like, never mind. It's like, what the? That was more Rollins' fault than his. Like, why are you mad at him?
And I'm not the guy just to go after Rollins, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'm not picking on Rollins. He's the one that botched the move.
So we have, we gotta start our SmackDown discussion.
SmackDown. Yeah,
Gotta start off by talking about the man.
Heck yeah.
And a match I'm really excited about seeing. Three-way TLC match for the SmackDown Women's title. The Man versus
The Queen.
The Queen versus the Empress of
Empress.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm hyped. They've done a good job building this match up. This needs to be the main event of TLC.
I agree. 150%.
Anything other than this is unacceptable, and this is a card with AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan on it, which
they have no right to go on after these two.
No.
These three.
I mean, yeah, this should be the main event, and I'm sure two talented individuals like AJ and Bryan are going to make these ladies work for that match of the night honor, but you got the three best women in the company right now, in the ring wise.
Oh yeah. No offense to Rousey.
Rousey is just essentially.
You put Rousey in there with any
Yes.
of these three. Oh my gosh! But I mean, these are the three.
Yeah, these are the three best. These are the three women that can be interchanged. Or Becky's solid. These two and Rousey are the ones that could interchange for the main
Ever
event
since
with
that
Becky.
vicious beatdown, Charlotte's put herself right up there in the she's got that fire and passion. Before I felt like she was just kind of there and going through the motions. Now it seems like she's like, all right, let's do this wrestling.
Kind of the way I've kind of criticized Bayley and Sasha in the last couple of weeks.
Asuka, on the other hand, they've just
ruined Asuka.
They've made her look like an idiot. But to her credit,
she's still
she
there.
Still gets that kind of reaction. She went to her Battle Royal and everybody's like...
She's still fucking good that people want to see her get back up to that point. Just imagine if Asuka were still fucking undefeated right now.
If they were behind her and...
Oh, God. And then, she was still undefeated, and then, Becky gets the title through, nefarious means. And then now Asuka's wanting the belt back. Holy shit, it'd be amazing. But what we have here was pretty
Asuka
amazing.
Becky in the last one standing.
This was a...
Sonya Deville got a win.
Yeah, she's alright. I'm not trying to knock her, I'm just saying she's cool.
Well, I feel so bad for her because she comes in with an MMA gimmick, basically. It's like, I'm an MMA person. It's like, glad you're here. We got Baszler and Rousey now, but I'm glad you're here. Yep. And it's like, damn it. It's like, I picked the wrong decade to debut in this
exactly.
company.
But we... good little tag match.
But she's just been there for so long now doing nothing, so it's nice to see that, they got to do something. They got three women, but you got to do something with the rest of them eventually. So.
Eventually, and that could be where traveling tag titles could be really...
Yep. People like Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Naomi at this point. Maybe even Lana if we're stretching it a little.
Lana's got a... Lana, to me, for the women's division, could be like what The Miz is for the men. In the ring, she's got to have the partner to carry her. I'm not saying that she's untalented, either people are untalented, but if there's a good Miz match,
I have seen
they need somebody to kind of carry the slack there. But when it comes to character, holy shit,
I've been watching the Mixed Match Challenge, so I've seen a lot of Lana in the ring, and I mean, the smoke and mirrors are a good thing.
Yes. But that's
getting better.
That's wrestling, I'm not opposed. Well, like I said, bring up the Miz. I'm not opposed to the Miz doing things. It's just a matter of he's going to be in a high-profile match. Don't do Miz and Cena.
Right.
Because we saw how that delivered in a WrestleMania main event. But if you're going to do Miz and Bryan or Miz and AJ or Miz and Rollins, okay, that could carry the weight because he's got a partner partner in terms of, dance partner in the match who could help him get through that and make up for his shortcomings and allow his character to shine
Cena's
through.
kind of weird like that, too. You put him in there with somebody great, and, he'll jump up to a different level.
But then you saw, and I'll even give Cena some credit, he's had good matches with people where you're like, oh, hey, that was a good match with John Cena, and I didn't expect that. Like Umaga, for instance.
Yeah. Speaking of someone who doesn't get enough credit, I don't know. I liked Umaga. I liked the whole thing. Call me crazy. Yeah. Of course, back in the day,
Yeah.
I was gonna say there was a point when I was like, Eugene's pretty cool, but I was super marky back then.
Well, we're still marky now. It's the name of the show.
I'm just more cynical now. That's all.
So we have the 3 tag teams, except for the Bludgeon Brothers, put one of their guys out in a triple threat match, kind of similar to a universe mode in 2K19, where, you know, in my universe mode for the tag titles, it's just perpetually a singles match between 2 guys.
Well, hey, it's just like Raw.
Yeah, it's
Rollins
like
and Ziggler.
It's funny. It's a New Japan brand, and it's like constantly Evil versus Matt Jackson, Evil versus Matt Jackson, Evil versus Matt Jackson every fucking week.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, it's different because that's like my one. I mean, I get, you know, I couldn't make it just like New Japan, but it's like, come on, let's get some multi-mans in here and one singles match, but whatever. You know, they had a fun little triple threat.
Seems highly inaccurate. They do more tag matches on all these shows than they do singles matches.
Right. Come to another great segment. We have
the new Daniel Bryan.
The new Daniel Bryan, yeah. He has
He's better than you.
He has a really, really amazing interview. The only thing is, I see a lot of people praising that, and I'm going to take the road less traveled here. I like his character, where he's like let his, you know, he's become a bitter man just because of everything that's happened to him, and yet how the fans kind of passed him by, and how the WWE kind of passed him by, you know, for all these months. And I really wish they would have just stuck with that. A lot of people were praising the whole, like, environmental, vegan kind of part, you know, of the interview. Mm-hmm. And I found it funny, but, like, a lot of folks have been praising that from the stance of, like, seriousness, and I'm like, no, that's cheap. To me, that is, like, the Daniel Bryan equivalent of, sports team sucks.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, he kind of believes that.
He does, but to me, it's like it's cheap. It's cheap. Everything else he was doing was like legit. I'm hurt. You know, like you watch that and you're like, you know, no, I supported you. Why are you talking to me like this? It's like he's so wrapped up and, you know, gone crazy with everything. You know, you can't reason with him. Him saying that is like taking all of this really, for me. You know, right field, however you want. For me, it was a matter of, you know, he's taking all this, like, really, really good, interesting, layered character with, you know, legit resentment and bitterness to the company and to possibly fans for, you know, because, I mean, even me, you know, Bryan was gone. Well, there's AJ, you know. I miss you, Daniel Bryan, but AJ Styles is here now. You know, Kevin Owens is on Raw, you know, that's what we did for him, you know, kind of use that as, you know, like, you don't know what I went through, and, you know, I'm becoming, like, obsessed with his dreams of being the best that he's turned into almost psychotic.
Right.
That's a very, very good layered, you know, character, and for him just come out like, you know, I'm a vegan, you know, being like the CM Punk of vegans is like, you know, I'm vegan, I'm better than you. It's kind of like, all right, that's lovely, but what happened to this really interesting thing you were doing? Oh, you eat meat and you pollute the stuff. You people are bad. It's like,
but you liked it when CM Punk did that.
Yeah, but that was CM Punk's character at first. Was I'm straight edge, I'm better than you, and it was new and exciting. Now it's just kind of like, if I want to get yelled at for eating meat, I'll just go to the local co-op and eat a Big Mac.
Well, yeah,
you know.
But I mean, Daniel's always been that way. It's just now that he's lashing out at everybody, he's going to go ahead and bring that up as well.
It felt like a cheap tactic.
Yeah,
you know, in comparison to everything else. It wasn't, and if it was a one and done, I don't mind. But if it's like a big part of it, like I said, it went from somebody who was actually gripping in and getting, you know, was better to going like, oh, and by the way, Cardinals suck, Cubs suck, White Sox suck, Colts suck, Yankees suck, Jets suck, you know.
How come Elias was able to get away with that so easy? Like, how?
Yeah. I mean, like, until he went to Seattle, ironically with Daniel Bryan. But I do like
at it. He could do it, and he would
I do
just
like
get
the
booze, and it's like, how?
Yeah.
That's so lame, but you're getting away with it.
I like the fickle, Suddenly yes is the fickle.
Yeah.
I thought that was good.
That's great.
It's like he's
Keep
just
that up forever.
Yeah. He's just so. It's like his dreams have caused him to go insane, and I mean,
he's not wrong. The fans
Yeah.
are super fickle. So.
Yeah. And I like that part.
Sorry, the universe.
Yeah.
I'm really getting a little. This week is my week to be PO'd at WWE buzzwords.
Well, fuck their buzzwords.
I know, but I was even watching NXT. I was like, Ciampa's like, sports entertainer. I'm the best sports entertainer. I'm like, you're a fucking wrestler. Stop it.
But you're surprised at that? I mean, like,
no, I'm not.
shit.
It's been going on for forever. But this week is the week that I somehow chose to get offended by hearing the universe and sports entertainer. I don't.
But Brian, I just felt like Brian. I feel like Brian's character is good enough to not have to use cheap tactics like fuck you, you eat meat, fuck you, I'm like morally superior. He's got like reasons, like storyline to feel morally superior. You don't need to invoke these like, we got all the macho guys and I'm gonna make them feel stupid, I'm gonna poop on them for liking this stuff. Like it feels cheap in comparison to how good everything else was. But,
Yep. That's fair. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Excuse me. At least he's not getting injections and wearing a gas mask.
Yes.
So.
No. You have Randy Orton and
Jeff Hardy.
Hardy part 3,986. Yay.
At least there was a point to it, though.
Yeah, there was. Then we have.
Dang it, Samoa Joe. Stop.
Samoa Joe and his beer. That chick's that was hilarious. That's just the Samoa Joe has made me like fall out of my chair laughing, twice this past week. One, I watched the first episode of the new season of the Agent Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness, and Girl Scout Samoa Joe was hilarious trying to sell cookies. It was awesome. And then this, it's just you're seeing a different side of Joe, and I like it. I hope they don't turn completely into a comedy character.
Right.
But
well, considering the subject matter that he's taunting Hardy with, I think there's still enough dark side.
Right.
How dare you there that it's okay. It's okay. As long as we don't,
I'm going to give a shout out to a friend of mine from StarCast, Kokabushi. Follow him on Twitter at Kokabushi. He made a tweet out earlier that really made me laugh. Real quiet episode.
Yeah. It's like, there's stuff to talk about. Yeah.
I'll watch this week.
Man, everybody on us.
Everybody showed up whenever I was drunk 2 weeks ago ranting about bullshit, but...
You'd had more people show up.
But he made...
Like, what? I don't want to see that.
He made the joke, excuse me, that's my subway coming back up. Say hello. Basically have like our what is it with former ROH champions, and I'm paraphrasing, so I'm sorry, buddy, if I kind of didn't quote it exactly, but what is with former ROH world champions, criticizing Jeff Hardy for his life decisions. We have CM Punk did it, now we have Samoa Joe do it.
I mean, if we want to be appropriate and he could still actually wrestle and have Sting come out there and lecture him.
Yeah. But Sting wasn't ROH champion.
Huh?
Sting wasn't ROH champion.
No, I know, but Sting's the one that had to deal with the fact that he was dealing with things.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah! You just reminded me!
If anybody could come out there and tell him.
Yeah. So there's that. And then we go to the main event. I don't know why I just said it that way. We have AJ versus The Miz. This kind of reinforces what I said about Miz needing the right partner, but it was a good, really, really good match. And I really like how they've been establishing the calf crusher with AJ. Especially him going into a match with a Bryan. where they've both been making each other tap out, or at least, well, AJ's made Brian tap. You know, is
Right.
AJ gonna tap to Brian at TLC? I like the story they're telling with this. We actually like legit have two matches that if given a respectable amount of time and allowed to go out there and just do their things and not put a bunch of bullshit in it, you have two legitimate match of the year candidates that could happen at TLC with, you know, AJ and Brian and the triple threat TLC match, and you know, like I said, this isn't me knocking any of the 5 individuals involved talent, but it is a matter of the ladies need to go on last, but they're going to have their work cut out for them, you know, after trying to compete this. Now you know they can rise to that occasion, but it's just not so much saying that the 3 ladies can't rise. It's a matter of how good these, you know, you have literally the 2 best wrestlers in the company getting ready to square off. Now, WWE being the WWE fucking E can put a bunch of bullshit in either match and lead us to go like,
Yep. They're good at ruining things that could be easily good.
Nakamura AJ.
Weirdly.
I think that was just kind of like there's too much going on and bad placement on the card.
Part of it didn't help.
It was
that
bad
they had all that
placement.
Stupid Saudi Arabia stuff too. Like, I mean, no offense, but like it was like they had WrestleMania and the Greatest Royal Rumble and Backlash all in like 3 weeks time, and then extended the feud on to basically SummerSlam more or less. Like right before. I mean, it was like it kept going and going and going. It's like, didn't we see this last week?
But we did get Villainous Shinsuke out of it.
Oh goodness, yes.
Amazing.
Oh goodness, yes. And then when he moved on, U.S. title, which they might be doing something with now with Rusev.
Yes.
Speaking of,
2 of my favorites, Shinsuke and Rusev. So we're definitely excited about all of that.
apparently they had like a last minute announced match at the Crown Jewel show, but like, you know, who
I didn't
actually
watch
watched
Crown Jewel.
Exactly, who actually watched that show?
I watched
cares?
some things pirated.
Who cares?
I watched some things pirated because, you know, some people say I should have took more of a stand with it. Maybe, but my justification was I watched it pirated, so it's not like they got any money out of it from me. And then I bitched and pissed and moaned about it live here on the show. So there you go.
Apparently Nakamura accidentally low-blowed Rusev while he was trying to put on the accolade with his head.
I didn't watch that, man. I just kind of I watched like what I felt like I needed to, and it led to me being a very, very angry individual.
I didn't watch it, but I got my review shows, so I heard what happened.
So NXT, I'm going to start covering NXT more on the show.
Yes, because NXT,
it's actually good.
Delivers.
Because it's actually good, and it's something that whenever we have lulls like we had the last 2 weeks, we can go, hey, you know the good wrestling show from this company? The only downside is, since it's an hour, it's a lot shorter. There's a lot less to talk about, but it's all good. Matt Riddle defeated a debuting Punishment Martinez. It was a short little match, but, hey, really, really it's cool to see Punishment out there. Matt Riddle, I'm going to be honest with y'all, like, I don't know as much about Matt Riddle as probably other people in the YouTube and internet
especially
wrestling
over
community.
in the UK scene. I think they're all going pretty well.
Because just unfortunately, with me not being the man that I was back,
right, exactly.
8-10 years ago, buying independent wrestling DVDs like they're crack.
I used to be intimately familiar with the women's division thanks to Shimmer and stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, I was watching.
Now it's like I
Ring
don't
of
know any
Honor
of the up-and-comers anymore.
Dragon Gate USA and all this. Not really full up on Evolve, but I mean, I have seen some matches from Matt Riddle. I have the High Spots. Streaming service was able to check out a lot of his work. I like him. I like him a lot. It's great. I was able to see his match with Minoru Suzuki from Matt Riddle's Bloodsport last year, WrestleMania weekend.
But that was good.
Oh, yes,
that was good.
amazing.
From what I understand of both people.
So, you know, I've seen an okay amount of Matt Riddle to know that I enjoy him. However, I probably haven't seen as much as others to really consider myself like the super fan of Matt Riddle. But I'm excited to see him.
That's
at
what
least in NXT. Who knows how they're going to fuck him up on the main roster. Good little match. Yeah, we got one. He defeated Cassius Ohno in 6 seconds at TakeOver, and then Cassius Ohno knocked him the fuck out on the entranceway. So I thought that was cool, and it kind of keeps that feud going. You know, being a Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno fan, I'm kind of like disappointed that he's kind of the gatekeeper of NXT.
Yeah.
But I respect that that's kind of a good role for him. You know, let's be honest at this point, you know, Hero, Ohno, whatever. He's not gonna be main eventing WrestleMania, but keeping him around on NXT to kind of be to kind of help get that next generation ready for, you know, what is to come on NXT, and then possibly transition into a trainer later, that would be a fantastic use of Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno now. Now, if this were, you know, the 10 years ago, fuck you if that's how you want to use Chris Hero.
I agree. Well, it's kind of like Sarah Del Rey. I mean, it's like, it sucks she never actually got to get in the ring and perform in WWE, but, like, she's doing fucking great things down there at the Performance Center.
The only thing that I want for Sarah Del Rey is I would have liked for her, and it could happen, but, I mean, I wouldn't put any money on it. I really wanted her to be in the Women's Royal Rumble, just because if somebody deserves to at least be a part of something like that, it's her.
I agree.
Kind of similar with Ono. You know, put him in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal once so you can get that one match at WrestleMania as a thank you, and then let him be the guy that get a good first program for a new guy in NXT up until then.
Right.
I think it's a good role. I feel like he could be bumped up to a North American title run, you know, and I wouldn't complain. But, you know, it is what it is.
I could see him accepting Ricochet's open challenge.
Yeah, we can see that.
In the coming weeks.
Well, you know what? Let's just not. They did a little. It looked like a press conference type of like sketch with Ricochet, where he says he's going to be next week on NXT with an open challenge to defend his North American Championship,
which is pretty cool.
So we'll see what comes of that next week. Have Raul Mendoza and I couldn't even pronounce this one.
Humberto Carrillo?
Humberto Carrillo? I apologize, you know, that I've forgotten the pronunciation of this. Versus the Forgotten Sons. Okay little tag match. Forgotten Sons are a good tag team. I think they might have. I think when a heroic tag team gets the titles, they will be a very, very good program for the new tag champions. Obviously, right now, not with the Undisputed Era holding the tag belts.
Took me a second. I was like, wait, who is this? Oh yeah.
Dakota Kai versus Shayna Baszler. This one I really want to talk about. Dakota Kai. You know, she's looking to get her revenge and finally get that elusive win over Shayna Baszler. She hung tough for a TV match, you know. She hung tough. You know, there were a few moments where I'm actually like, but, you know, eventually Shayna, the women's champion, the NXT women's champion, she comes out on top. But this match, to me, what I end up saying afterwards is that's how good they can do on TV now. Imagine when they wrestle at TakeOver.
Yeah.
And
it seems like at this point it would not be hard to shoot. Like, she needs to stay down there right now, but it wouldn't be hard to imagine Baszler quickly coming to the same level as the other three on SmackDown right now. She went to the main roster.
Yeah, I feel like she's still got business in NXT.
Yeah, I agree, but I mean, like,
not like talent,
at the level she's
not talent wise. Like she could go up to the main roster
story wise
tomorrow, and she'd fit in. She doesn't need any more development.
No,
but
story look bad.
Storyline. Oh God. Yeah, she is basically how I envisioned Ronda Rousey when she got brought in, but they want to make Ronda a heroine because I get that some people like her. I mean, like, it is what it is.
It is what it
I
is.
get it.
I mean,
but she is like just the she'd be like what Ronda to me should have been, but I don't want Ronda to be that now because that takes away from Shayna.
yeah,
So
Baszler's earned that. I mean,
but I'm excited for them to eventually have a takeover match when maybe Dakota could finally get what she's looking for on Shayna Baszler. And now that takeover is going to be on Friday, and I have tickets, and I'm going to get to go to Takeover Friday, MSG Saturday, and WrestleMania Sunday. But I don't think we'll be getting that. At least not that anytime soon, because Io Shirai came out to fend off the 3 of the 4 horsewomen minus Rousey and their beatdown of Dakota Kai, and so I'm thinking if they have that the next takeover, which I believe is Phoenix, I won't get that in New York, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm not sure. The rate they're going now seems like it's going to be a 6-1 tag.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
Because it's the 3 and the 3. I mean, either that or you're going to have a lot of bodies standing ringside for a 1-on-1.
And then finally, to put a bow on NXT, we have a very, very nice segment with Tommaso Ciampa coming out and kind of...
Promo's done right. With 3 individuals.
3 individuals. We have, basically him bragging, and just like that character's just so good.
Oh yeah.
Just how well he's doing everything, and it's being so Weasley, and he brings out Aleister Black, who says he's absolved Johnny Gargano of his sins, but Johnny Gargano, who took the loss at TakeOver, saying that he doesn't want to,
Aleister literally accused him. He's like, "It's your fault that Johnny attacked me." Basically.
Yeah, he basically like brought up like why Johnny did what he did, like in the legit way. Like they didn't just they didn't do wrestling logic where it's like, well, I'm gonna hate you forever now.
He literally said, "I'm done with him now. I dealt with my business with him."
Yeah.
And you're the one that caused it.
Because you're the one that caused it. But then Johnny...
And I need my belt.
Johnny Gargano is still like, hey, you beat me. We ain't done. And the best line was, like they're like bickering. And then there's Ciampa just pulling the strings. And he's just so awesome in that role. He said Black said, we can go out to the parking lot and do that. Then this line just made me laugh so hard, Gargano going, the parking lot, how well that worked out for you last time? I don't know why, but I just thought that was hilarious.
Well, it was. I mean, it's funny because it was a sneak attack and he laid him out for 3 months. It's like, really, Johnny, really?
But it sets up a cage match.
It was beautiful where Aleister is literally like, "You're pulling the strings, you're a puppet master."
And then he's
5 minutes later, Ciampa's like, "You guys should have a steel cage match."
Doesn't the NXT universe want to see a steel cage?
And Aleister,
I know you want it. Yeah. I know you want it. And Johnny, I know you want it too. It was a really, really cool segment. Well done to all 3 guys.
But Aleister did.
Aleister goes to try and hit Gargano with Black Mass, and he swings out of the way, and then Ciampa gets his by getting hit with it while he's gloating at his handiwork.
Basking in his own glory.
So really, really good segment to finish it off, and so. It's something we're going to try and do, and we're able to really in-depth cover
the
all
holidays,
3 shows.
Right now, the holidays are here, so things are a little nuts with me, but I think me and my wife are going to attempt on Wednesdays to watch NXT and NXT UK, so I might throw in a few...
I don't know about NXT UK right now.
I understand.
But I want to watch all the shows, but I can't watch all the shows, especially with, the the other things I like to cover for this here.
Well, see, I have the
this
advantage
here
over you on that because I watch review shows like on my lunch hour or whatever.
I don't
all this stuff. I don't actually watch it as much as you do. So.
I gotta watch the segments, so I feel like I can't have as good of an opinion. I might be YouTubing
strong.
I might be YouTubing half of them, or all of them in the case of Raw, but
sorry, Hulu.
I didn't watch all SmackDown this week, so yay Hulu. And just this is besides saying, but fuck you Netflix still for canceling Daredevil. Fuck you Netflix. This is for you. This is irrelevant to the wrestling show, but I mean, just it's just seeping out.
I mean, we all understand Iron Fist, but why Daredevil?
What do you think was the best show of the week?
Out of the three?
Out of the three, I think we were to rank them. I think there's something if the fine folks that watch our show enjoy us doing something like this, we'll continue it.
Fair. Well, Raw was obviously at the bottom.
Yes. I think we should I'm even going to when it comes to ranking them, I'm going to put old episodes of Nitro and Thunder above Raw, just because fuck Raw this week.
Oh, this week for sure. Yeah. I mean.
Gonna probably get lynch mobbed by the rest of the internet wrestling community, but I'm gonna give the nod to SmackDown over NXT this week. NXT was a great show, but just to me, I really enjoyed the Bryan segment. I really enjoyed the
SmackDown was
I really enjoyed the Asuka, Charlotte and the man there. I liked Miz and AJ. I liked the triple threat with the three members of the tag teams. I liked the Joe segment. And just by more content, I have to give the nod to SmackDown.
Well, SmackDown was a solid show throughout, and so was NXT. SmackDown was longer.
So,
and SmackDown, therefore, had more good segments. So, I mean...
And to be fair, since there was shorter segments on NXT, I liked the Baszler match, I liked Riddle's match, and then I liked the ending segment.
NXT's got your high tier and then your low tier, and they do both in the same show. And the low tier just doesn't necessarily grab you as much as the high tier. We're still building Matt Riddle. Yeah. We don't know who he is.
Yeah, and it's just also it's a 1 hour show with all the overkill. I don't mind NXT being an hour, even though. As far as
it's better than the 3 hour show. Good God.
As far as I'm concerned, NXT could be. 2 hours, and you can give an hour to fucking Raw, and I don't give a fuck at this point.
It's all they need for what little they put into it.
Yeah. You could do an hour and a half for the abridged version they have on fucking Hulu, and that is okay with me, because it's crap! But the other two are good. And we'll keep trying to make more time for more wrestling to discuss on here.
I know
but
there's at least one other YouTube personality that does, Raw versus SmackDown, who won for the week kind of thing, and all that.
Yeah, I don't
know who I'm talking about, but I almost feel like this is more of a competition between SmackDown and NXT than it is Raw at this point. Good luck, Raw. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. I don't know if this
up your game.
I don't know.
I understand.
I'll let the I'll let the fine folks that
if
are
they like it.
If they like it, we'll keep doing it. But unfortunately, it's just going to be for me. I don't know if we should keep doing it because it.
We value your input, but I can't change my face.
Well, I don't think we should keep doing it because it's just going to be well, once again, it was a 2-person race.
No kidding. Yeah.
Hey,
I mean.
But that is.
It's not our fault that somebody won't drop out of the race.
Yeah. And it hurts me to say that because I feel like it should be better, but. That is pretty much that is pretty much it for us this week. We know what you thought of the.
I guess next week's gonna be predictions.
Yes. Next week is predictions.
Go home for.
Yeah, most definitely.
Good grief, TLC.
TLC. Let us know what you thought this week in WWE and pro wrestling in the comments section below. Going to give a quick unfortunate shout out. Right here at the end, in 2 days we had 2 legends leave us. At the time of this recording, yesterday, Dynamite Kid Tom Billington passed away, and then earlier today, this is Thursday when we're recording this, Larry the Axe Henning, the grandfather of Curtis Axel and father of Mr. Perfect, also passed away. So
we also lost a former president this week.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this thing gets us all eventually.
It's unfortunate. So our condolences out to the families of Dynamite Kid and Larry Hennig. Hate to kind of have to do that, but I hate to do it just because
hate to have to do it.
Yeah.
Hate to have to do it.
But
that makes sense.
Thoughts and prayers out to the families of those affected by these unfortunate passings. Let us know what you thought of this week in wrestling in the comments section below. Go follow me on Twitter at athletic_geek89. Go like my Facebook page at facebook.com/athleticgeek89. There's exclusive content on Facebook. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, give me a share, give me a subscribe, and check out my other videos, not just from the world of pro wrestling, but from all things geek culture, gaming, comic books, anime, and everything geeky.
Nerds.
Exactly. Jedi, I'd say follow him on social media, but he ain't got it because he got kids. He ain't got time for that shit. But for J. Jason Kruger, I'm the Athletic Geek. We are just two marks. We're out of here. Have a good one.